Hey everybody, what's going on? Scott Hilse here with you today. Before I start this video, I just want to mention something really quick. If you're watching this before January 1st at midnight, Simplified Dropshipping Lifetime Membership is currently 51% off. So you can check that out in the link in the description to claim the deal, as well as to see all the testimonials from all my students throughout the years. And then once January 1st at midnight hits, I'm going off all my social media, the deal ends, and then I'm going into I wouldn't even necessarily call it a dark January, but I'm basically going to be off all social media except Clubhouse. Clubhouse, I don't really see it as a toxic social media. So if you guys want to stay in contact with me, that's literally going to be the only way. Go download the app Clubhouse and find someone who can invite you, because that app is awesome. So why I'm leaving all social media? First of all, I've never done this since the creation of social media. I remember getting Instagram in 2011 and posting selfies on there. Ever since that day, I've never gone off social media even for a day. So the reason I'm doing this is there's a multitude of reasons. So on the business side, I'm leaving it just so I can focus on developing 5.0 for all you guys who have Simplified Dropshipping already. That will be a free update. As with all updates for every member in Simplified Dropshipping, you get lifetime membership. So for all of January, I'm going to be working on that, but I'm also going to be heavily working on two really big projects that I've been working on, technically three, that I really just want to put all my grind and focus into. And now that I have my screen time on that swipe left page on your iPhone, I'm starting to become more and more aware of how much time I spend on these social media apps. It's it can be very toxic, especially when it's 80% negative. We are not built to be on social media. We're not built to have this much communication with so many people at so many times and be disconnected. It can be very strenuous on the brain. So I think going into January, starting off the year with 1 month in the dark, so to speak. Actually, I wouldn't even call it in the dark. I call it in the light, because when you're in social media, you're kind of going in the dark. You're kind of going down that dark hole. You're kind of going down that rabbit hole all day, every day, the never-ending scroll. It's what the apps were designed to do. So I'm going to go ahead and break this cycle and get back to my roots, into myself, so that when I'm bored, I'm not hopping on my phone and then trying to distract myself when I'm bored. When I'm bored, instead of going outward to entertain myself, I'm going inward and seeing what I can find about not only who I am, but where I want to go, what I want to do in this life. And I'm starting to really figure it out. I got some really cool projects, and I made a tweet the other day that I think is extremely accurate. And what I said was, lack of creative expression can lead to depression. I don't know. I'm not even going to go into the psychology behind that, because I do not know it. I just know that whenever I'm showing creative expression, I feel so happy. And ultimately, one thing I want to achieve from this 1 month off of social media is just getting back to the roots of who I am as a person, in terms of myself, obviously, as I mentioned, but also on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am getting burnt out on these expectations of me only making dropshipping videos, when I don't want to be known as a drop shipper my entire life. I definitely don't want to be known as a dropshipping guru my entire life, because I know who I am. Who Scott Hilse is inside is way more dynamic than someone who can show you how to make money. It's just I like bringing genuine, happy feelings to people. So I've never really had a set schedule. I've tried schedules before, and I just have not liked it. Setting a time schedule of wake up at this hour, do this hour, hit the gym at this hour. I'm not necessarily a fan of that, because you guys know how much I don't like people telling me what to do. And that kind of feels like someone's telling me what to do, but the ironic part is it's myself telling me myself what to do. I like being able to have the freedom to structure my day how I please, and I like not having repetitiveness of having the same day over and over again. So something that I created recently that I'm really excited to try is called Fill in the Boxes. And what that is, I have a big whiteboard and I have a schedule. I have about 7 to 10 things on this schedule that I want to achieve every single day. Some is easy as just completing this task, and some is time restricting of do this for this amount of hours, and then some is caloric based, where it's just burn this amount of many calories a day. The way I'm looking at the schedule that I'm going to be going into in January to help me achieve what I want to achieve, and also help me find what I want to find about myself, and basically the path that I want to go on from here, is by waking up and seeing that whiteboard every single day. And every single day's objective is to check off every single box on that whiteboard. That's my only objective every day. And I know if I do that, I'm going to have a very fulfilled day, especially with the things that I've chosen to put on this whiteboard. And it's going to be really interesting to see the change in the growth that happens from no social media plus a schedule. I think those two things alone are going to do wonders for me. And I'm also looking into getting into transcendental meditation. If you look into transcendental meditation, I've been only advised from the most elite people to do this. The most successful people in the world seem to all do this transcendental meditation, or a lot of them, such as Jerry Seinfeld. is huge about that stuff. So in terms of meditation, I will be doing that, as well as probably just some regular meditation in the morning just to get my mind right. And obviously also I'm gonna be going hard on the training. Since that last video I made, I'm up about $65,000, I believe, around there on my Robinhood account. And then on crypto, I'm up like another like 50 or 60,000. So it's been a really good couple months here. Something I realized about making a lot of money is you really got to stay true to yourself through it all. And as you grow on social media, you start to feel this pressure of like, okay, this is no longer when I had, you know, a couple thousand people following me. Now I got tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people following me. So I know that every word that I'm saying right now, like when I'm filming this video, or every action I do is going to be seen and is going to be judged, when before it wasn't necessarily like that. So that's like another part of what I mean by trying to get back to my roots. Basically finding that feeling again, or finding that willingness to do the things that I actually want to do without overthinking of how many people are going to see this and what are they going to think. And then touching on another goal that I really want to achieve in this next January is to fully launch Simplify Apparel again. For those of you who don't know, that was my clothing company, but I have 10 designs right now that I have not released, and I'm going to get that all structured, get that all ready to go, as well as do a lot of things for my podcast. So as you guys can see, I got a lot of things going on in terms of the business side. And then to touch on the personal side again, I think it's going to be important to not have any negativity come my way, not see any negativity. I think that's going to be a really free feeling to know that I'm not waking up to a bunch of bad news again. I'm not scrolling through Instagram and seeing like people portray their lives for lives that I know for a fact that they're not living, because I know some of these fuckers trying to do that. Or just like going through my DMs and seeing weird shit, seeing random death threats sometimes. I don't know where those are even coming from. It's just gonna be a big walk away from all of that. And one of the last things I wanna close on before I make my departure for the next month is, this is something people really won't talk about in a position like mine, such as a dropshipping guru. A big problem I've experienced through the growth of all this is, nowadays, it is pretty much impossible for me to establish a genuine connection with the average person. For example, a year ago, I went to a wedding and we're all having a good time. There's like 7 of us. I never met these people before. We were just vibing. And then someone noticed a car outside, my BMW i8. And then I was like, oh, I wonder whose that is. And then all of a sudden they found out it was mine. Boom. Complete shift in conversation, complete shift in expectations from me to them, complete shift in the way I'm being treated, complete shift in everything. And this is something I go through a lot, which that's mainly why I hang out with econ people, because it's not the same like vibe where it's like this person's coming to me and obviously they want me to teach something, or they're offering, how can I provide value to you? And then it's just like, okay, now you're putting yourself into this business category, you're putting yourself into this more student category, when, man, I'm just out here looking for friends. Like, I'm just out here looking for friends. But unfortunately, when I meet new people nowadays, especially like new guys, it seems everybody wants to start a dropshipping business and wants me to teach them, be their mentor. Everyone wants to start trading stocks, wants me to teach them and be their mentor. And then when I don't, or when I don't respond to their DM, even though like we had a great time before they figured out what I do, now I'm the asshole because I'm not responding to them and I'm on my high horse or anything. But what they don't see is the other 100 messages I got the same day asking me the same shit. I would say of everything, that's played on my mind the most. It's just the fact of, if I meet a new person, I'm probably gonna have to lie about what I do. Hey, Craig, nice to meet you. So I'm in the FBI. You know, I can't really talk about much that I do. That's usually the story I run with now. I'm just in the FBI. And then one of the saddest things is, even if in, say, in high school, I had a great relationship with someone and we just, you know, haven't talked in a couple years. That happens in high school or grade school. And like, I consider these people my friends in high school or grade school, but now they're hitting me up and it's been 3 or 4 years. And in a normal situation, if I was just like, you know, a server at a restaurant or something like I used to be, a busser, I'd be like, hey man, how you doing? It's like, it's been a while. It's just like, you know, it's great to hear from you. Let's do something. Let's meet up. You know, obviously 99% of the time they're only hitting me up because they're like, yeah, so bro, it's good to see you from you too. So I see you're doing this drop shipping thing. Do you think you could give me any more questions about that? And it's like, boom, you just place yourself into a student category. I got to put up this barrier. I'm sorry. I even talked to Jared Getz about this. He's like, I don't reply to one person from my high school or grade school, not one. And at the time I thought it was harsh, but as I've grown, I can definitely see why. Just like, everybody wants to take advantage of you. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. Everybody wants to cut a part of your boat so that you have no boat left and then you're gonna sink. Like, all your attention's divided. At the start, I would reply to every message and then it just got too much. And then now I have people who are even blaming me for their non-success because I'm not replying to their messages. That is the weakest shit. I'm just gonna put that out right now. That is the weakest shit in the world to blame someone other than yourself for the lack of success, especially someone that you message and this didn't reply and just didn't get a reply to. I would never have done that 3 or 4 years ago when I was like messaging Ty and he wasn't replying. Take accountability for yourself. So all that pressure on the daily is thrown at me, and I think it's just time for me to not only get off social media, but just to get off my phone more in general and just be focused on what I'm doing, focused on what I'm reading, not focusing on I need to post this today, I need to post this today, I need to post this today, I need to make this podcast, I need to make this YouTube video, I need to do this, I need to do this. Now it's gonna be focused on not only what I wanna do, but what I need to do. But when I do come back, things to look forward to is it's gonna be a different Scott Hilse, I'm predicting. I'm gonna be getting back to who I was originally before this coronavirus bullshit, before any of this. I'm gonna get back to the roots of who I am. I'm going back into the dirt for this one. And I'm predicting when I come out of this, you're gonna see a huge change in content, both quantity and quality and just dynamicness, if that's a word. Because as I started this off, I am way more dynamic. And I know I'm meant for way bigger things than being known as the dropshipping guru who helped change people's lives by making money with dropshipping. I'm very appreciative of that. And I'm so thankful to God that He has allowed me to be put in this position to help people like that. But I know that I cannot allow myself to stop here. And I know in order to find where I'm going next, I gotta shut myself off a little bit from the world, go deep for these answers. And I encourage anybody who's been feeling a similar way to do it too. I'm thinking about maybe filming a video throughout this process to see what happens, because guys, I'm only on the tip of the iceberg here. Trust me, I'm only on the tip of the iceberg of the things that I'm trying to accomplish during this 1 month blackout from social media. First time ever doing this, but I know it's the right move because the intuition is never wrong. So I'm just gonna close this video off right here. I wanna thank you guys so much. You have changed my life. Every one of you watching has changed my life with this YouTube stuff. And I'm really looking forward to putting more personality, putting more creativeness into what I do, and just becoming more happy of a person overall with what I do in general. Because I was talking to my friend Ben about this the other day, and I think he put it the best way possible. You have to keep doing what you do in the way you like to do it, or you'll surely fail eventually, or you'll surely, and failing doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you're gonna go broke or anything. You can make a lot of money doing that, but what he means is failing as in you never became the person you were supposed to be because you never found out who you were or who you wanted to be in general, if that makes sense. So many things I wish I could talk to you guys about. I am gonna go more in depth on this on my podcast. That's gonna be coming out tomorrow, I believe. So go subscribe to the Simplified Podcast. That's in the pinned comment and description below. That last podcast with Luca is already at 10,000 views. That podcast was the best podcast I've ever done. I heavily encourage everybody watching this to go watch that before 2021 starts, because there's some serious knowledge and game in that everybody should be listening to. All right, guys, reminder, Simplified Dropshipping is 51% off lifetime membership until January 1st. When I am off of here, this will be the last video you see from me until February 1st, 2021. Thank you so much. Peace out.